And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
We get a lot of games here at the Dice Tower, and so we honestly do judge them by their covers. So I saw Dark Tales, and I thought, ooh, that's cool, but it looks like some oversexed. And when I looked at the cards, the artwork is beautiful. But again, it's fairy tales, and they're all in sexy poses. What is that even about? But, hey, we tried the games out, so we wanted to try it out, and I'll tell you how it played. The first thing you'll do in Dark Tales is you're going to take there's 3 A cards and 3 B cards that come in the game. You're going to take 2 of those, and you're going to look at them. One of them is going to tell you how you use different items. There's magic wands, armor, swords, and gold coins. So for example, in this game, when I play it, magic wands can be used to play an extra card. A sword can kill a villain to give me a point and a gold coin, and an armor can force other people to discard a card or a victory point as long as I also have a monster in play. So you can see that the 3 different things and are besides gold coins are there, and these are items that you can use, and they're used different ways based on whichever card you draw. The other card, the B card, basically tells you extra ways to get victory points at the end of the game. There's a pile of victory point tokens that you will be getting as you play the game. But like for example, if this one's here, at the end of the game, every 3 coins and a magic wand is worth 12 victory points. Here, every pair of armor and sword gives me 3 gold coins, and then a number of gold coins can either make you lose points or gain points. So there's different cards here to give you different ways to play. One night card always starts in play, and then players are going to have a handful of cards. And on your turn, a player is going to draw a card, and then they can use an item if they want to. Then they must play a card from their hand. Now each card that you play has different things on it. First of all, there's victory points you're going to get just for playing the card. This one gives 2 points. There's a specific type. This is a location card. Down here in the corner you'll see these 2 cards. That basically means this card can be placed in the middle in the common area. And then something that it will do. So for example, this says take a magic wand or a gold coin from the supply. So I play this, I get 2 points, and I'll take the magic wand from the supply. Then next turn I look at the cards in my hand and hey, I'm going to change it to day. So I play day, it gets rid of the night. Again, by playing that card, I get 3 points. And so what you're trying to do is you're trying to set some things up. Like for example, maybe I'll play this dragon. This says discard a place and a male in play. Well, here's a place, but there's no male. So I can do that. I get rid of the place, and then it says get 2 victory points for each card discarded. So this would have been better to wait till there was a male in play too. When I play this dragon, he's gone, but sometimes cards will be in front of you. Like for example, this Dark Lord here gives you 2 points for each villain in play and discard a place in play. But if I had several villains in front of me and I waited to play this card at the right time, it could get me points. Here's a princess who's 2 points, but I get to take a male card in play and add it to my hand. So maybe I can play it all over again. There are certain cards that will score you points based on whether it's day or night. There's other cards that everyone shows their hand, and you get a victory point for every revealed place, and then you draw a point for each revealed gypsy. You can get lots of cards. There's some cards like this one here where you play it and it stays in front of you, and every night you get 2 victory points at the end of your turn. So someone's going to obviously want to change it to day. There's several day and night cards. So there's all sorts of cards that will do different things. There's different places. Some stay in front of you, some stay in the middle of the table, some are one-time uses that it mentions here. There's different types of cards, and you will continue to play until the deck runs out. At that point, players will continue to play till one player is out of cards. When that happens, everyone's going to take all the points that they've scored over the course of the game, plus any points that the victory point card has pointed out that they will get, and whoever has the most points is the winner. I was very surprised at my enjoyment of this game. I mean, really, if you listen to the explanation there, you're thinking, okay, this is a very simple game. I'm simply going to play a card, draw a card, possibly play a magical item, then play a card. Yeah, but there's I don't know. There's just the interaction between the cards. Cards will pile up in the middle. Like there's a merchant card that lets you draw cards based on how many cards are in the middle. So how many merchants are in the middle. So you can play merchants. You can build up villains in front of you. You can play that person who gives you 2 points every night, and your opponent's watching that, saying, "Oh, I got to change it today." And so there's this back and forth. And notice I did say opponent there. The game does play more than 2 people, but this is easily at best a 2-player game. It really is. It goes the back and play, because sometimes there's card combos. Sometimes you can play more than one card. There's a very interesting card where you can play extra cards every turn, but you can't draw any cards until you basically don't have anything left, and you discard that. So you want to build up a big hand and then just get a whole pile of points at one time. And you really, when I win or lose this game, I really feel there's tactical play that happened where I should have played this card at this point. I should have done this. Yes, there's obviously the luck of the draw, and you're like, ooh, this is a good card. But all the cards are pretty good. You just need to know to use them at the right time. And using the items. If an item gives you points for scoring at the end of the game, or it can be used during the course of the game, which is it better used for? Because the item abilities are pretty good. If I can kill one of your monsters and I get a point and a coin, and those coins could possibly be things at the end of the game, that's a big deal. But if I need to save that sword maybe for the end of the game for points, then it's different. And I enjoy that. What this game does need, though, is expansions. Now, I know there's already at least one expansion. I believe it's Snow White. And that's pretty cool, where you're going to be able to put cards into the mix that are some of the classic fairy tale stories. These are just, generic fairy tale people that apparently all go shopping at the Gap for fancy, or Victoria's Secret for fancy clothing. But that being aside, I can look past that. The artwork is amazing but ridiculous. I could look past that because it really was entertaining to see how these cards interplayed back and forth. And the 2-player game just plays so smoothly and easily. And I'm sitting there going, ooh, I'm looking forward to trying this out some more with the expansions, and then see what kind of different interplay back and forth. So as a 2-player game, I think this is really good. 3 or 4-player game, it's a little bit of downtime because of the card play, and also there's not so much, ooh, I'm going to play this card because in the future I know I'll be able to play this card. You don't know what's going to happen with them. This is one of those games that really should have stayed a 2-player. It's playable with 3 and 4, but I don't know that I would ever do that again. Anyhow, this game, Dark Tales, I was very impressed by. I looked at it and was like, but as I played it, just the combos and the fun, changing from night to day and things, and the back and forth with direct interaction with your opponent. Cool game, Dark Tales. Dice Tower Judgment, approved.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!